Okay, people, we just went through our first session. You got pretty much a bird's eye view of what this class will entail, what we will actually go through. That was important. But now, what I'm about to do is walk you through the particulars of the course. We're going to first take a look at some of the really important things like ransomware. I know you're going to go read it, you're going to do your due diligence to go through the material, but I want to point out particular things and why these things are important. And then from there, we're going to go do a few labs together. After this, we're just going to roll out labs so you can see how these labs are done. Some of the labs I'm going to do on my desktop, some of them I'm going to do in net labs, but I'm going to get to the point where I'm actually going to build out a virtual world using VirtualBox so you can go in there and do your own labs. Remember, this course will end soon, and I want you to have the skill set to continue on after this course. So you're going to build a virtual environment with many different VMs inside of it, virtual machines, and be able to skill yourself up. This is Professor Sistrunk. Let's move on. Okay, people, let's sit back now and relax for a minute. We had, like I said earlier, and I'm going to say this again, we had our first session, and now we want to take a deeper look at what is cybersecurity and what is what we call a security operation center. So these are two important things in understanding the path that you're about to take. Sit back, relax, begin to take this knowledge in so you can utilize it when you're out there working in the field. Here we go. So the dangers that are in cybersecurity. We also want to focus our attention on how do we fight off these individuals. Fighters in the war against cybercrime. That's who you are now. That's where you're stepping off into. We're going to focus on, of course, the Operations Center. We want to make sure that we understand the Security Operations Center, and we want to understand what motivates these individuals. What type of individuals are actually out there that is causing this mayhem and this confusion. Remember, what you're going to learn how to do is protect yourself and your organization, but you'll be able to give information to people to help them be able to protect themselves. So let's focus on the dangers now. Let's dive in deep. We know there's many types of hackers out there. As you can see right here on the screen, a hacker sets up and open rogue wireless hotspots, but that's not all what they do. They hacking in hotspots, they hacking into corporations, they doing a lot of different stuff. They like to hijack organizations and cause problems. They like to steal people monies, take their bank accounts. These guys are really, really dangerous, and we're gonna learn what type of hackers are out there. You also will see that a lot of these individuals, they are taking over organizations and they're ransoming these organizations, telling them, hey, you got to pay us. So you're going to hear a lot about cities, departments, organizations being taken over, literally taking these individuals and actually, well, not necessarily individuals, excuse me for saying that, but organizations. You're going to read a lot inside of your book or your portal about how they are taking over states, they're taking over hospitals, they're taking over different organizations, and they're making them pay money. They lock their entire system down and make them pay money. These guys are really tripping. But that's what you're here for. You're here to protect whatever organization you work for from this. and they're going to reward you well for doing that. So just take a look at the different outlines here. The attackers hold the company data for ransom until they are paid, meaning they take all your data. Can you imagine being a banking institution and something like that happen? Also, you got targeted nations. You know, we have nations that target each other nations. And yes, the United States does it. Europe does it. And when I say Europe, I don't necessarily mean Europe. I mean nations within Europe do it. You have Russia, Japan. The biggest players out there by far is America, Russia, China, and of course North Korea. They protecting themselves. So they actually hack in a nation. And when they hack a nation, they may cut off particular vital resources like their water supply or their electricity. You hear that some of these countries get their electricity just all of a sudden cut off. These places do it, you know. So you just got to make sure. And when you read through the material, you're going to see this. You also see these little kids running around. These are, you know, amateurs. We call them script kiddies. They just take programs, download them, and then put them out there. Take a look at some of the TED Talks and the videos within here so you can understand the type of individuals that's out there. You know, so you just got to know the different players in the game, you know, to know how serious it is. Now, you got hacktivists. These are individuals that's hacking for a cause. They got a purpose for while they're hacking, and they just want to disrupt your organization. So you hear them doing a DDoS attack. They just trying to disrupt you and just show that they can do this. But think about the ones that do it for a financial gain. Can you imagine? You know, don't imagine it, please don't. Hacking a bank and telling them, hey, you got to give me $2-3 million in Bitcoins, and we'll give you back your information. So that's one of the things that's really causing a disruption out there, where you can hack banking institutions and get all that personal data. Remember, Equifax got hacked, and thousands of people information was stolen. So now, of course, a lot of this, as you can see right here on this particular slide, talk about the different trade secrets and global politics behind it. Nation states are also interested in using cyberspace. So just think about it for a minute. The United States government has legitimized this course that you're going through. So once you complete this course, you have a government, what we call credential now, where you can go, if you're an American citizen, you can work for the government, and it can be in any country as a United States citizen. Okay, so financial gain. A lot of these individuals out there are doing it for financial gain. Can you imagine hacking a banking institution and then telling them that you have to pay us in Bitcoins in order for you to get your data back, the personal data of all the people that bank in that institution? Yeah, these are the characters that are out there that are setting up this situation where they're hacking institution. And this is why it's becoming big, because once you start hacking banking institution and leveraging the power of taking over the control of their systems, this is when it gets dire. So you have governments now that are investing in building what we call state hackers. I mean, individuals that know cyberspace good. And we don't call them hackers if you work for the government. We just call you regular government employee who are out there protecting the government. So you have to look at what these individuals doing to protect their government. So you're going to see a lot of North Korean hacking, China hacking, Russia hacking, and yes, the United States hacked too. Let's get past that.
We got to do it. It's national security. So with that being said, how secure is the Internet of Things? The Internet of Things have too many devices connected to it. You got refrigerators connected to it. People can hack those. You got ovens connected to it. People can hack that. People can hack your alarm system. People can hack your Alexa system. It's a lot of devices out there that are subject to hacking, and that are unsecure. I mean, just imagine if you don't upgrade your malware. That's why we keep saying your firmware, you should be upgrading it. And I said malware, but I meant firmware. But you should be upgrading it. You should always take a look at the many different devices you have and upgrade them. And if you're looking at this slide, you can see all the different things that can be hacked. So, personal identification information. That's what we want as hackers. Not me, I'm not a hacker. I'm just expressing what hackers want. So that's your PII. And this is your personal information. It can be in the form of your name, your social security number, your birthday, your credit cards, your bank account. We want all of that. Protected health information. PHI. So that's when we go into your HIPAA records and we start getting all of your vital health information. These are things that you have to protect. You will learn how to protect these devices. Okay, so now this piece here, we're just going to walk right through because you pretty much know this. For instance, could result in lost competitive advantages. You know what hackers do. Just imagine they turn the lights out in your entire country. That could cause some serious problems. So you know what can happen. People not being able to go to work. You know exactly what can happen. Political and national security. As you can see right here, in 2016, a hacker published PII, personal information, of 20,000 U.S. federal FBI employees. That can be seriously dangerous. And you can see the many type of what we call viruses that's been spread out through the internet. Okay, now we're back. Okay, so like in the first part of this video log, I explained certain things about this class, but now we want to go ahead and get these labs up and going. So let's start rolling out the labs. Remember, like I said earlier, you have to read the chapters so you can understand these tools you're using. Just going in and doing the tools will not help you. You want to really learn how to do this to the point where you can have conversations with the individuals in this industry because they're really going to ask you questions. So in this particular lab, moving forward, it says in this lab, you will use TCP UDP endpoint viewer. Now, this is one of the many tools in this particular application suite that you will be able to use when you actually working in the CyberOps world. But understand this. These applications are simple applications that you can just pull down from the Microsoft website, but you're going to get a chance to see. But also know that these particular applications that we're pulling down, we have third-party applications that's out there, industry standard applications that can do a much better job. But this is your starting point. You need to know what to use and how to use it. Now, in the scenario of this, you just simply, in this lab, you will explore processes. Processes are applications that or programs that are in the background that we actually are running, and some of them we don't even know they're running, like on my computer, on my cell phone, etc., etc., etc. They have processes in the background that's actually running. But if, like I said earlier in our session, if you happen to be working with a particular process or on a particular device and it get hacked, well, how do you know what's going on? All you know is it's starting to slow down, it's getting cumbersome, you're having some problems, well, these particular tools will help us search that out. Of course, you need a Windows PC, so hopefully you have that. And to get this particular application downloaded, it's a safe application because it's coming from Microsoft website. You just click on the application and then it will go to that particular website. So if you see where it says control click, it's going to pop up to that website. Now, I downloaded it earlier. I just want to give you a brief view and then I'm going to come out of it. Notice this. It's a Microsoft website. It's a secure website and it's in the documentation area. So we're going to use this first one right here because you see this is for the server and this here is for ARM64. So we're going to go ahead and download this one. Once we download it, like I said, I already got it downloaded earlier, so you see it right there. Once you download it, it will go to your desktop, so I don't have to do that again. I don't want to waste that time. So I'm going to close this, and of course I got it open again, and close it. So now I'm back here. When you're working on these applications, remember you're going to be using a lot of system security, so try your best to close a lot of the applications that you got open. You may see a lot of them open on mine, but that's only because I've been doing it for a while. So it says here, after the download is completed, right click the zip file and choose extract all. So I know that I put this zip file on my desktop. I'm gonna go ahead and right click it and I'm gonna say choose extract all. I'm gonna look for that there. Let me make sure that I'm actually clicking on the right thing. So it says download, right click, and you choose extract all. Now, what it should have said to get to extract all was that you had to click on one of these little down arrows. Oh, shit. So now that you have downloaded the file, and like I said earlier, I downloaded the file to my desktop, I'm going to simply go right here and just open up the file, So I'm going to stray a little bit away from the instructions, but you follow the instructions. And plus, you already know that you got a net lab that you can go do it in. So do it in the net labs and then come do it on your desktop just like I'm doing it. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring this down because I'm looking for a particular file in here. And the file that I'm looking for is called TCP Viewer. Okay, so here's that file right there. You can see it. It's the executable because it has the exe there. Remember, you always want to get the executable because we have one above it and it's not the executable. So we're going to double click on that to open that up and see exactly what happened. And I'm going to say yes to it because I want to run it on my system. And once that is extracting, I'm going to accept. I'm going to agree. Remember, I showed you this inside of NetLabs, but now I'm showing you it right on my desktop. Really simple, right? So there it is. A lot of applications that's opening up right in front of your eyes. Now, remember, you have questions that you will have to ask that this device is asking you for. So you just want to make sure you answer those questions. Like it says, double click the ISASS execute file. So make sure you can go down there and find that. It's in here. But look at all the files. Let's take a moment right here. Look at all the files that I have open. Look how many times I have Chrome open right here. A lot of the times I'm running so many applications on my computer. I got PowerPoint running. Look at all these different devices. I got Zoom still running. We just got out of a Zoom session and I still have that running. So you can see multiple things going on. And I'm just going to roll these files out to you so you can actually see them. Now, the file that we're actually looking for is up here somewhere. And there it is right there. Now, it wants me to double click on that. Once I double click on it, it tells me all about it. I get a lot of information from it. Now, if this was a virus or some malware or something, the information that I'll need to be able to get it off is right here. It'll tell me exactly where the file is located at. It'll tell me who authorized the process, etc., etc. Not that it actually will tell me all that, but it will definitely let me know where to go hunt this particular thing down. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to, what is the name of the file, in what folder is it located, etc., etc., etc. You know, so it's important that you know the local security authentication process is the name of this particular file, and you see that right there. It's important that you can locate the file. You see that right there. Now, it's a lot of things in here that you can see, and you see right there that you can use. So we actually was able to find that. And now, right now, it says, you're probably sitting back saying, well, Professor, what am I going to do with it? Well, what you will be doing with it is learning how to search out and find malicious applications on your computer. So we close it now. We're going to move. The next one says, view the properties for the other running processes. I'm not going to go in there and do that. You're going to get a chance to do that. And look around. So just look around right quick. Let me give you a second just to show you what's going on. So you get a chance to see this. And that's what you starting off right now in a sense of trying to narrow down particular malice characters that's actually putting things on your system. And I know I got a lot of stuff open here. So let's explore the user started processes. So the next question asks you, open up a browser. In class, I did that earlier. I don't have to open up a browser because I got multiple browsers open up. So I'm not going to open that up. And then it says the next step you go through is just what did you observe? Once you open up these browsers, you see a lot of things in the background kicking off. So if I open up Windows Explorer, I'm just going to have a little fun. I'm going to open up Windows Explorer. You get to see in the background what? Windows Explorer. See all that green right there? Look at it just rolling out. I don't like Microsoft Windows Explorer, so you know I want to get that off there. But look, it's just rolling out. Now, why is all these kicking off? Because it's on this Explorer page, it has 1,000 things happening. And all these may be coming from a different website and so on and so forth. So you see multiple things going on in the background. I just close it. Now you're going to see all these things shut down. Thank God for that. But look at it, it's red. It's going to disappear. Look how I just took all that off. So with this particular first application, it was something real simple. Complete the lab. Go ahead and complete it. Once you complete the lab, let's go ahead and move to some more labs. Get the skill set down. But now remember, you saw me do this earlier. You saw I only did it 3 times, and it was real simple to remember. It's an application that I use consistently. So let's make sure you remember these labs because they're going to come back to haunt you when you have to take your exams and when you have to do other things. You know, we just not over with this yet. We got a lot of things that we're going to use these particular labs for, but the ultimate goal is to get to the point where we can use these labs to actually go in and search and fix systems as we need be. So this was Professor Sistrunk. We just went through our first lab together, and remember, we're going to keep doing this. So I'm going to let you go now and move to the next lab. Professor Sistrunk signing off.